All right, I think that we are live now. Great. Welcome everyone to another episode of the Cross Project Council meeting, the OpenJS meeting. Megan, I'm gonna mute you because I'm getting some noise from you. I think it's you, I'm not sure. Yeah, today is the 7th of January and a whole new year, 2025. Thanks for joining. We'll get things started. Are there any announcements in this wonderful new year?
Just a couple of things. At 11:30 Pacific today, we're having a town hall meeting with the GitHub Get Secure team. So we were one of the founding partners for that. So all of our projects are eligible. So the GitHub team is going to share how we can onboard. So if that's something you're interested in and you don't have the call information or the town hall information, give me a shout and I'll add you. And then the only other thing is we have a standards collab space immediately following this meeting.
Right.
All invited.
I would love an invite to that. Yeah.
The town hall meeting?
Yes, please.
Did you not? Okay.
Same. I don't have any invite here.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
I got it to my work email, but not my personal one, for example.
Okay. Good to know. We have a maintainer spreadsheet. I'll make sure.
Yeah, I don't think I got that either.
Really? Okay.
I got it.
I will,
you can double check what day, but
It's
I guess I got
today.
the invite.
Okay, so Joe, Claudio, Toby, who else am I missing? Wes, I already added your personal this morning. Okay.
I'll be the counterexample of I do have it in my calendar. So there were some people.
Yeah, I think I got something from the 19th.
Yeah, and I think Wes and John are on it, so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, clear preference going on here.
We're talking town hall, right?
Like plot twist, we all got the invite and like refused it because we didn't know what it was.
Did you say it's on the 19th?
No, it's today.
Oh,
Yeah,
today.
I think I received the invite on the 19th.
Oh, got it. Okay, great. Yeah, I don't see anything for today. Great. Okay, excellent. Thank you. All right, cool. Where are we? All right, so that's it for announcements. If so, I will find the agenda and get into that. Any board meeting updates?
Our next board meeting is Friday, I believe the 24th.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Great. Cool. Anything on staff updates? I'm gonna pop this in here. If anybody wants to look what we got here. There are a few things in the waiting on legal info. But I assume there's nothing new there. So a few things on staff update.
So we're halfway through Kylie's maternity leave. She'll be back at the end of March. So.
Oh, great.
Yeah, she and baby are doing well.
Great. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, so yeah, those two things, we have a few issues, but assuming there's no updates, I will carry on. Let's see. So I forgot to do this kind of thing. So first up is Tiny CPC approval of Tiny charter change for Node.js. This was open December 4th, 2024. Michael approved it. I will take a look at it after the meeting. But does anybody have any comments or any background or anything that they want to add? Or Michael, do you know more about this particular change?
No, they're really just small tweaks in terms of like, you know, I categorize them as like small tweaks to the wording to highlight some things. Like one of them, I think maybe the original one was around like make it clear it's like no one individual TSC member has authority, like, you know, so it's like, hey, it's the TSC as a whole who's responsible. So there's sort of like, I think in most cases, there's some subtle things like that, like they're meant to achieve a goal, but it doesn't really, like from the CPC's perspective, I don't think it's changing anything that we should be concerned about. It's more of a clarification of the way things already were. So like, I would just approve it as my two sentence pitch.
Yeah, cool. I'll review it. I was just
Yeah,
curious.
looking at the change now, I would agree with Michael's assessment.
Great. All right, cool. Moving on. The next item is audit new project application process and implementation. Toby, you opened this up late November. Do you want to give us an update on this? Or, you know, any context?
I think this is because we had a project come in, a new project come in that was flagged as spam and no one saw it, and I think this has been addressed.
Okay.
I think Ben will be able to give us an update when he's back. But I think it's been addressed.
Okay, excellent. Moving on then. Health check on the native script TSC charter. This was opened up back on October 30th. There's a bit of back and forth here.
Yeah, that's on me. I need a follow-up. I need to do a follow-up and I haven't. And I will do so.
All right, great. Moving right along. Adding affiliation clause to native script charter. Where this is a long thread here.
From what I recall, I think it's that the project needs to figure out what they want first. And it's
Yeah,
not
that's
CPC's job to come in and mediate for an unsolicited intervention.
Exactly. That's the same issue as the previous one I talked about. And to Jordan's point, the initial request wasn't mediation. The second request was, and as a result, we've had a conversation, and we're going to continue this conversation.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Next up is Express Graduation to Impact project. Chris, do you want to comment on this? It looks like you've got the last comment on the issue. Are you back, Chris de Alameda? Maybe not.
If Chris isn't, I mean, I thought we had resolved this.
I thought it
I
was
thought we were-
done.
Yeah,
Done
me
deal.
too. So I
Yeah.
think we might be able to just close.
Likewise.
Mhm.
Because we're technically, I mean, I think it was probably sometime last month that we had a meeting here and I think said, yep, we're impact now.
Okay. Great. I will close this issue unless anybody wants to add a comment when they close it. No? All right, then I'm just going to close it. Bye-bye.
On that, do we know that if the OpenJS website was updated, that was like one of the to-dos, was just a PR into update and list Express as an impact project? I could see that as something that might get lost if we didn't do it. I'm checking now. I'll answer async in the chat if I don't see it.
Yeah, I would look at the CPC repo as well, which does not have Express moved to impact.
Same with their
So-
website. We'll make that's an easy update.
Should I reopen this issue then? I feel like I should.
Yeah, leave it open. Chris might have stepped out, but he said that he was on point for those things. But let's just at least I'll leave a comment in there for those two things so we remember.
Excellent. Thank you. Cool. Excellent. Moving on. This is create process docs to request infrastructure resources through OpenJSF partners. Christian Broman opened this up back in September. Ben and Toby and Robin have some comments here. IT submitted an update to the documents. Please review here. Okay, so there is the 1397 is the linked issue here. It looks like maybe there's just a couple of small tweaks needed. So it looks like even Ben maybe even pushed an update back in November. So I'm not sure if this is done, but I'll take a look at this after. If anybody else wants to as well, that'd be great. Any comments or anything more on that one?
Yeah, it seems like we should add a label on the pull request itself also, so we actually look at the pull request.
The resulting pull request. I will add that label to that right now. Oh, it looks. Oh no, that's that one. Hang on, this one. Okay. Oh, somebody just
I
did
was
it. Great.
faster.
Thank you. Great. The next one is Webpack's new governance model. And it also says impact project. Yeah, okay, great. I just want to make sure that was accurate. So review Webpack's new governance model. Claudia opened this up in September. And this is the one that we were talking about before the meeting, right? Does anybody want to comment on the current state of this, or what's needed beyond this review?
We're just waiting for consensus. I have no idea how many approvals are required and what the next steps will even be, to be honest.
So Toby's, let's see, Toby's last comment was waiting on TSC addressing some issues. I assume that that's done. It says Webpack TSC to address open comments and ping CPC when done. I don't know if that message in
That was done.
Okay. Okay, great. So we just need some review then.
Yeah, and I think I approved it after that.
Yeah, okay. I see Toby, Michael. So this is the actual Webpack governance doc. If folks want to check it out, it'd be great. All right, excellent. Code of conduct plan of action. This one may be on me. This is a long list that Toby put together a while ago, which has been really helpful. And we just had, I think, a few action items outstanding on this. So unless you know differently, Toby, I think that's still just waiting to be kind of reviewed to make sure we've crossed all our I's and dotted our T's.
Yeah, can we before getting into this, can we address Claudio's question in the chat about what exactly the next steps for approval to make sure that we close this Webpack thing? Because they've been waiting for this for a very long time, and they've been putting a lot of efforts into it. You know, I think at least like figuring out what the process is, if like the 2 approvals that we have right now are not enough, then we should do so. And if those are enough, then we should just you know, go ahead and merge this. And if folks on the call right now could give this you know, a thumbs up, I think that would also be useful and fair.
So what is the process? Charter approvals. I'm trying to look it up. Not issues.
So I'm just gonna share the link to the charter in the chat. It's fairly light now, and so it should be fairly easy to skim for folks who haven't had a chance to do so yet. And then go look for the process for changing this. I'm assuming it's in the governance doc. Approving project charters. No outstanding objections. 2 or more approvals by voting CPC members. Board has been consulted in the case of substantial changes. I don't think that's relevant here. Issue has been open for at least 14 days.
Okay. So it sounds like as long as there's no objections, I would ask for folks to still throw, review it and throw a thumb on it so that we, have a bunch of reviews that are approving and supportive of the work that Webpack is doing. But otherwise, it sounds like this is ready to move forward already, assuming there are no objections.
Yeah, can we do like an end of day thing and say like at the end of the day today, if like there's no objections, it's been like way more than 14 days.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, cool.
Yeah, okay. One second. Remind me tomorrow morning to make sure that the Webpack charter is approved. Great. Now I will definitely make sure that that gets moved. Excellent. Anything else on that? If not, I don't think there's really anything to talk about on the code of conduct action plan. I just need to go through it, or if anybody else wants to go through it and just make sure that, I think there are a couple of action items that we can consider, like there was moving code of conduct to the GitHub, the .github repo, things like that.
I have the related issue in a staff, or I think it was a staff update on our nonviolent communication training. We agreed on a CPC call prior to the holidays that we wanted 2 half-days instead of trying to break it into like 4 2-hour shifts. So think about 2 4-hour shifts. And our trainers came back with, yeah, how about which next week, like the 2nd week of January, which I think is just a little too soon following the holidays. So if you all could kind of give me guidance on ballpark times. I know Fridays are usually sort of meeting free. So do we try like a Thursday, Friday kind of thing? So you're only really cutting into 1 workday, 1 meeting workday. How many weeks lead time do we all need to make that happen?
I wonder even about maybe 2 Fridays. Would that be possible, you think? Split it over and then it's like not impacting your work week so much with 2 in a row. So it's just a thought.
What do y'all think?
I think 2
I'd say
Fridays-
like at least a month notice would be good. So
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
looking for a time, that's the minimum I would give people.
Yeah, maybe late February then or something.
Yeah, and then y'all like the 2 Friday ideas? Yeah.
In general,
How does that work for West Coast and Europe?
Yeah, that's, I think with Europe, it might get a little tricky because initially they wanted to start at 6 a.m. Pacific. I said that's too early.
Yeah, that's
So
not
we
gonna
got
work.
it about doing it starting at 8 a.m. Pacific, which gets to be a little late on a Friday for our European friends.
Yeah, like that might force it to be on a Thursday.
Yeah, I could, Thursday's workable and probably a good idea considering the time issue.
Toby, what do you think?
Yeah, we'll at least have one of them on a Thursday. I mean, I think given the kind of work that is, I could do a Friday evening because it's like you don't have to be like super focused. But then I'm also like, I have like a family and like I'm not gonna go out and have drinks on like a Friday evening, right? So, I think it's doable as a kind of like if you want to do one of both. But overall, yeah, usually Friday evenings, it's hard to get people to like show up and focus.
It might be good to just hear from some folks that would be interested in taking it, who are, in those time zones, what would work well for them. Here on the East
Yeah.
Coast US, it's probably fine for me whenever.
Let's like actually raise this issue in raise this in the issue itself. We have an open issue for this.
Yeah.
Let's say, hey folks, here's what we're thinking, and let's do that in the issue.
Okay.
I think that sounds good.
Robin, can you?
Yeah, that's good. I think it would be too difficult to do like a doodle and things like that. So, yeah. I think a month.
Yeah, that sounds a little bit challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I will update it.
Great. Thank you, Robin.
Thanks.
Cool.
So the only thing left on the agenda, if I can find it, is the OpenJS plus open source pledge. And we talked about this back in September, but I'm not sure
Yeah.
where
And
this landed.
yeah, I think it probably should maybe stay at the sustainability collab space. There was not really consensus there. Yesterday was a holiday. So we didn't have our collab space meeting, but maybe we bring it back up. I know that the folks at Sentry were talking about adding in-kind contributions to the pledge. So should probably get an update there as well. I see Ulysses as a thumbs up since Ulysses chairs that collab space.
Great. All right, so we'll just leave it open and see, talk about it next time. Great. That concludes our agenda. We need to figure out what we might want to do for next week's working session. And I'm just going to pop into the dates and reminders here too, just to see if there's anything we need to, that's coming up here. CPC directors nomination periods in April, so we got some time for that. Yeah, that's it in the dates and reminders. It's so great that Ben cleaned this all up, and it's really simple and straightforward. I appreciate Ben. Okay, I see John's request for the, I'm assuming that's adding Express to Impact. Great. Anything else? So I guess what do we want to work on for working session? Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm looking at John's message there. Voting members for the Impact project. But anyway, y'all can work that out. What do we want to do for a working session next week? Maybe as we start the new year, we do some repo cleanup, spend some time clean up issues and things like that. I don't know.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Yeah. And maybe we can look at that, refining the README efforts that we had started. Toby and Chris were competing on, collaborating on.
Competing.
Okay.
If
It
we
was
had an
competing.
updated README, maybe we can, because we're going to be making some updates to the website, putting some of the security work on, but just some of the things we get asked frequently, like how does the new project join? Maybe we can add that information to our website as well. So it's not always intuitive, the cross-project council thing.
Yeah. So maybe we look at the README updates, kind of, refresh our memories on it, where we're at, what we want to do with it, think about the website, FAQs, whatnot. And we can also do some cleanup, async around that or during that or what have you.
That
Seem
sounds
good?
great.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, are we done?
I think
We're
we're
moving to
done.
private session? Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is
Feels
is
good.
weird.
Yeah.
No, it's
2025
like
looking great.
this is like no, it feels like this is like minute before disaster.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Oh, this is really nice. Yeah, we did a really good job." And then like something really bad happens.
Nothing
Let's
really
not jinx
bad's
it.
gonna happen, Toby. You got
Toby.
negative energy.
Okay, I'll shut up. See, something really
Can
bad
you
happened.
mute,
I'm
Joe?
proving
Can
my
you mute
point.
him? Can you mute him?
Yeah, I muted him.
And he did. It's the second time today someone offers to mute me. I think there's something happening there.
Yeah. All right, cool. I will stop the stream. Thanks everybody for watching now or later. We're an open group here, so if you want to get involved in the work, please just join in and we'll see you around. Thanks.